live stream is for entertainment and information purposes only. Do not copy our trades, as we are just trading to have fun. Many of our trades could already be closed before you even see us opening the trade on YouTube due to the delay of the stream, and we trade offline as well, so you do not get to see the complete picture. We make no claims of profitability. We are not licensed professionals, and we are not providing any investment or trading advice. Greater than 90% of all traders lose money, and we are not responsible or liable for any of your trading decisions or losses. Please trade on demo only and consult a licensed professional. Please read and understand CFTC Rule 4.41. Let's get to the charts and trade safe today.
JOKOUR Trades and Futures Floors TV live co-stream, where we chat about our recaps. We're going to do some trading during the Asia session, and hope to see you guys here. Futures, go ahead and chime in. Say your hello. Make sure our mics are working.
Hey guys, I'm already mesmerized by this price action over here.
Unbelievable drop, huh? What a drop.
Yeah, I already took some trades in the open, but I'm also getting an echo I'm seeing, and I'm not sure where it's coming in from. I think
you might have a stream unmuted.
Yeah, it was yours. Sorry. There we go. Everything looks good. Yeah, I came in, opened up at 6 o'clock just to see if I can take advantage of the crazy volatility, and I bounced between up 400 and down 200 and up 400, but no, I'm going to take it easy.
Let's talk about that. How are you doing with the with day one of increasing your position size? I don't like the giggles there.
I'm laughing. No, I didn't pull the trigger. I stayed at a smaller size. I wasn't comfortable with the numbers that I set for myself. It was too large. So I redid my risk plan and I scaled it down a little bit. So right now I can go, and now I'm comfortable with these numbers. So that's the good part. I can do. Well, here's what I have written. I have written 8 minimum and 15 max. That allows me to micros. So that allows me to double. So basically I can add to my trade one. So that's 16 to 30 contracts. But I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, and this is what I mean. And let me ask you, should I be giving myself discretion to trade between 8 and 15 micros? My stop is always the same size. I mean, isn't it more logical I just trade with the same size all the time?
So my thought on that is you want to stay consistent, right? You want to try to take the same trades, right? Not only the same setup that you have, that you look for, but try to keep your position size the same. Because that's the only way that you're going to be able to track accurate results. If you're constantly flip-flopping, taking the same setup, but one setup you're taking it with 5 micros, the next one you're taking it with 10 micros, the other one with 4 micros, you don't have the consistency. You might, by chance, happen to hit every single time on the 4 micro trades, and then your loser comes in on the trade that you attempted the 10 or 15 micros, right? So I just think that consistency can definitely be helpful, in my opinion, when it comes to just building the data that you actually need to make the corrections necessary. So that's my opinion, right? Again, not financial advisors here. I'm not going to financially advise Futures Floor TV either. But
I think,
guys, this is for entertainment, fun, right? We're going to throw the disclaimer out there really quick. And don't copy our trades, guys. You know, we suck at trading sometimes. We're still learning.
I think what you're saying is correct, and I think also, if I'm looking internally, I'm guessing I gave myself that leeway so I can back off the higher size. You know, I can chicken out. I gave myself chicken out room, if you know what I mean. Because
yeah, I get it.
Because, and I'm saying this, I'm giving a caveat here. I want to trade these more aggressively. I've made the commitment to trade these accounts, these specific accounts, more aggressively. But I also gave myself chicken out room, and that's not a good thing. So okay, so we will do what we will do. I will go to Can
Hey,
I?
FYI, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Your deal me in thing is rigged. It's rigged.
That's
Oh,
that's
every
wood
time
chip.
every time I see it, I just rolled against you also, man. I got a measly little 24 against your 84. What kind of nonsense is that?
Did you really
But
ride the bear? Deal me in. Yeah. No, it's not rigged. Actually, there's. Hey, I'm supposed to be short. Yeah, I am short. Okay. Um. Yeah, going back to that. So I think maybe. Yeah. You guys are right. You guys are right. I have to be honest, and I've given myself
try
leeway.
try try to try to stay consistent. Really think it through. Do you need that kind of room on the NQ? Right? How high are you? Like how much are you adjusting your position size? You're going from what? What was your original size? 3 and 6?
Oh, yeah, that was too small. I was doing 2 lots, 3 lots, 5 lots,
Two, two
giving myself
five, 2 5.
discretion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe think of going to 5 and 10 before jumping right into
Do it
the
gradual.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah, just see how you feel with the 5 and 10. Try to stay consistent there. Get some good data. Get some good, some good winnings, from the trades. But more importantly, try to stay consistent at those levels, right? If 10 is going to be your DCA at a very specific spot, then you do that every single time. If your entry every time is going to be 5, stick with 5, right? Or 7, whatever you decide to go with. But I think keeping some type of repetition for a little bit is going to help
Do
is
you
going to
see
help build the data.
do you see the chat?
Looking at it now.
The second to
Let's
last
talk.
comment? Let's get some market structure talk.
1 micro to 2 has been enlightening for me.
Number one, that's Woodchip's way of saying shut up and talk about the markets. But more importantly, shout out to Woodchip. Shout out to Woodchip. Woodchip passed 2 evals today, and I think he got
Hey, congratulations, Woodchip. That's some amazing news, guys. That's always nice to be able to pass some evals, right? Let's give him a little round of applause here. Good job, Woodchip.
Yeah, good job, good
And
job. I said I would give him a shout out. 1K profit
1K,
on 225Ks. That's phenomenal.
that's beautiful. Yep, nicely done. Yeah, I've got a couple. I think we spoke about it yesterday. I've got some two take profit pro accounts now, 50Ks. I activated them today. That was kind of nice. I didn't trade them. I didn't really touch them at all. They're still at 50K. But overall, I'm happy with that. I've got another one at 2,000, so we're almost up to a third funded.
Good job, good job. I have nothing to brag about in the last little while. Actually,
Uh,
I'm hoping
not
to
a
have.
not a competition,
No,
futures, right?
no,
This
no.
is this is definitely not a competition. Everyone's journey is their own. It's individual. You risk more. You decide to trade more evals. I mean, at one point I had 50 evals, right, sitting in my account. So what am I going to do with them other than try to fund them? I don't like hedging my accounts, so I don't really do that. I trade them one at a time, no matter what the circumstances. Um, but look, I think we don't need 50 accounts. We need 3, 2, 1. Get one to pay out, guys. Work on the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm using that
I'm using the
first.
first FVG that breaks structure and doesn't get tested. Yep, I like that. So we're looking using 2 micros, including London. So what are we thinking here? Which if we're thinking a pullback, right? Definitely a consolidation, maybe a pullback. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. And we got a massive gap here, guys. Let's not forget to talk about the elephant in the room, right? This is a pretty big opening gap. We closed, excuse me, at 135.50 or in that range, right? The gap opened. Did the gap open up or down? I can't even tell.
Oh, I didn't even look. I'm assuming down.
I'm going to go to
The
the 1
markets didn't
minute.
open like they usually do, eh? I actually thought it was potential. I thought it wasn't, but I thought maybe we're limit down because the markets didn't open at 6 o'clock exactly like they always do.
It opened at 6:02. So there's been a lot of delay. I don't know if anyone noticed, but
Yeah.
during the that 4 p.m. trade, which I did catch a nice piece of this, guys. I chickened out. I didn't hold it. I wanted to hold all the way down to the lows here. Didn't even get there, but we did take a nice trade. I think I ended up taking like a 100-point trade, 100 something, a couple of micros. Took out my first one kind of early, and then I booked the second one. I ended up making like $280 or something on 2 micros on my last trade. But it would have been $2,000, $3,000 trade. And all I had to do was trail it, right? Like that was like the perfect opportunity. Just jump in. Don't be so eager to get stopped out, trail nice and slow, and you're gonna get that, you're gonna get that entire push. Two longs, 923.50. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at 923.50. I kind of like it. I like the reaction that we're getting here. Swing low, swing high. So swing high, no close above. Not yet. I'm still gonna wait to see if we drop one more time. This is a 3-minute time frame. Let's see if the 30-second or the 1 minute's giving us anything clean. I like the 1 minute wood chip. I like the 1 minute. Potential market structure shift on the one. Swing high, swing low. We go to the charts here. We've got no, we have a nice shift using no wicks. And this drop down could potentially confirm a long after we close above this area here. Now, I do like the high, the low, the higher high, and then the close below here. More for a short wood chip. I can't be certain yet, but I don't know that I would be super excited to take a long quite yet from this area, personally. Let's take a look at the 30-second. Maybe we've got some cleaner price action here. So 30-second, I like this swing point. Swing low. I like this close below this mid-level. This is beautiful. This is critical and really nice on a 30-second for a long. So nice close above this swing point, and then we close again down below. Swing high above confirms. I'm cautiously optimistic about your long this early on. I want to see how we respect the order block that we're coming into right now. Potential 2022 sell model forming here. So I could see us getting down to the 18,842 area, retesting back up here, and then on the retest maybe some higher levels, and then I'll start looking for a long position. But right now, I want to see how we react off of this level here for a short. And we tapped into it kind of nicely. So let's see. All right, I'm gonna stop there.
And I'm gonna jump in because I want to see how we're gonna react off this level for a long. So there you have it. We're on polar opposites, but let's see where market plays out. What am I looking at? I'm looking at the fact that we just got over VWAP. Yeah, we got over VWAP before also at 6:30.
Let's open up the VWAP. Where's VWAP? Okay.
But we got above VWAP, so that is something that I use. It's kind of a line in the sand. And what I like to see on VWAP is 2 consecutive closes on the 1 minute chart, which we got. Get some space between the low of one of those candles and VWAP, which we got. And from there, my bias would be bullish. But look, it could flip now within the next 45 seconds, because in 45 seconds from now, if that candle closes under VWAP, that's the second close, and my bias can switch pretty quickly. And I say that as I'm mentioning that, my top step charts with the Renko just switched to bearish, and the algo, which I didn't switch on, but it also has a bearish bias now. So within 45 seconds, I have turned the car around and maybe looking for a short, just like you guys.
So I think wood chip isn't a long. I think wood chip isn't a long, and I like the long play.
Yeah,
from this area,
I saw the
overall.
923.
I also like that we have the gap above us, right? There's a good chance we're at least going to come to retest that gap. On the hourly time frame, excuse me, guys. On the hourly time frame, we left a fair value gap above as well with that market, with the market open hourly. So along with this opening gap, I would love to see us trade into maybe the 50% of the opening gap, not fill it, leave this fair value gap, this hourly gap open above us, and I just want to see straight down, guys. I mean, that's my bias. That's kind of where I'm leaning today, guys. I've been leaning there. I think you guys know where I stand with my take on the market here. So far, it's playing out exactly how I anticipated for the most part. I was thinking maybe we leave a gap here on the daily. Doesn't look like we're going to. Over here, where was it? Hold on, daily. It was a weekly. Excuse me.
The 50%.
It was the weekly. No, it was the weekly I was looking at. So I was thinking maybe we leave a gap on this March 24th weekly candle. But we came up much higher than I anticipated with that move yesterday on the close. We came up to 20,039, which is fine, right? Because it's the same thing, right? If you know what I talk about, and it's an ICT thing, I think Woodchip can attest to this. But this is something that ICT would call an implied fair value gap, right? Now, an implied fair value gap it's the same theory, right? It's liquidity, it's internal resting liquidity. The only difference is that you don't have the gap like you have up here, right? Let's mark that one out as an example. You don't have the gap like you have up here. Instead, you have two overlapping wicks, right? So the first candle and the third candle, their wicks overlap. Now, from what I've discovered and what ICT has said, this is an implied fair value gap. It's just another imbalance, right? This is an imbalance. This is an imbalance. Order blocks are imbalances. Breakers are imbalances, right? That's his way of identifying what those levels are, right? What that liquidity is, is called. So, look, everybody can call it whatever you want, right? Like I said, I'm using ICT's verbiage because that's what I can relate to, right? It's what I learned early on from my brother. So it's stuck with me. I've mentioned this before. I don't necessarily trade exactly the same. I look for a little bit different of a move, but it's algorithmic, guys. That's my take on it. But what I'm leaning towards is these candles right here, right? So I was looking to open it, but I think it is here. Okay, right here. So this is a 4-hour, a weekly analysis, right? So this is what I was anticipating with the weekly candle. I wanted to see a pull up. I was thinking maybe we leave a gap. Like I said, that you see my wick only comes to about 19.5. But I said it can easily come up. It's got room to work with. And we left an implied gap. We left 2 wicks overlapping, which is great. It's fine for me. But what I'm leaning towards is the rest of the week filling this candle. And if we don't, because it's a bigger move, and I said this before, if it's not going to be one singular candle, because it's already 2, maybe we end the week somewhere down the 18.6, 18.7, open the next week with a small pullback, leave a fair value gap here. And if we do that, and then we close back down here, that's going to make my next move that much more probable, in my opinion, right? And that next move is this one right here, and then we're going to cut it there. So this is what I'm leaning towards, right? So if we leave a gap here on this pullback here, I want to trade off this gap, and we're looking for shorts down. Higher time frame analysis, guys. This is a weekly chart. Very difficult to trade using this as a as an intraday trader. But I do this for my bias as well, because I'm really trying to identify my take on the algorithm, right? Everybody was sitting there like, oh my God, news, Trump is talking, the tariffs at 3 o'clock, 3:50, we're dumping. And I said, yeah, we're dumping, but we're not dumping because of the tariffs. And what happens when he opens his mouth? The market just rallied. Instantly, 450 points, guys. 450 points straight up, and then a 1,000-point drop. So which one is it, guys? Is it because he opened his mouth that it rallied up 500 points, or is it because we've got tariffs? He was signing the new tariff bill or whatever it was, that tanked the market 1,000 points. Come on, bullshit. I've been calling this exact dump for the last 2 weeks, right? When I analyze these charts, when I put this analysis up. So I don't believe it has anything to do with Trump, with news, with anything other than the algorithm making its move. And when it's moving on a higher time frame, the in-between, that intraday trading that we do, it can get tricky. Because we're waiting for a weekly move. In between that weekly move, we can have up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down inside of that weekly candle. And that's the market. That's the market in a nutshell, guys. That's the algorithm in a nutshell.
On a shorter time frame for tonight, you see anything that's, for me, right now?
Let's switch it up. I was looking at higher time frame, kind of sticking to that bias, but tell me what you see, Futures, and then I'll analyze and give you my take in a second.
Yeah, well, for me right now, the next move is a run for the evening session lows. That's
evening session lows, which would be
818.
Oh, just the that's right. You don't look for bigger targets. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I'm looking for something similar, but I would be looking for more of a manipulation, right? So I want to see some consolidating right now. I'd like for us to identify a range after the big move that we had. Hence why I'm not really excited to jump into a long yet. I like a long from potentially, but I'd like to see some consolidating here.
I just gave back a pretty penny. That was a fast move. That's how tight my stops are. In and out. If I check my executions on that, and that was a bad execution. Where my entry price is, yeah, no, that was a big stop out. That was 22 points. That was a pop in price. But you know what? With this kind of volatility, that's one of the things that makes me wary, because you do see those types of pops in prices. What I used to call them air pockets. It was just where price just readjusts itself to another level with nothing in between. And
what time frame are you using right now? The 1 minute?
Yeah, I'm looking at the 1 minute, and I'm looking again, like I said, at my Renko. So although we're under VWAP, the Renkos are flip-flopping. So I don't have a clear bias now. What that means is I don't have an A+ trade. Anything I'm taking now is probably at best a B-. If we can get above VWAP, and if we can cross, if price can get above, not only get above VWAP, but get above the swing highs from 715, I would be quite bullish. I would completely switch my bias to taking out the lows at 620. And now I'd be looking to see if we can run, maybe not to the 5 o'clock close, but you were mentioning the 50% gap, I think. And
yeah, the gap is at between 134 and 19,025. So we're talking 110 point gap.
Yeah, and the 50% falls right at the low of.
Correct.
We're going to call it yesterday's session. It's today's session, but once the market closes at 5 p.m.
The market close session low, correct.
That's it. It's yesterday. It's already officially yesterday's session, even though it was today. So yeah, that could be another target also. But again, I'm stuck in a in a little bit of a consolidation here. There's good volatility. There's 19 points range in each 1 minute candle. So we can easily bust out to the upside or to the downside. Right now, just based on what I'm looking at, I don't even have a clear picture. It's 50-50.
Right now, what I want to see is I want to see if the market wants to start giving us higher lows or lower lows, higher highs or lower highs. I think either way, going into the Asia session right now, guys, we're going to see some consolidating, especially after a rally like we just had, right? That was a massive move. So I am anticipating a small consolidation. I don't know what I just did. It's something just, what did I just do? Undo it, please.
Me?
Oh, no, me. I did something over here to my prices and to the numbers on the side. I completely screwed it up. But I fixed it. The undo worked this time.
Good job.
Thank God. Yeah. Tell me about it, right? So I want to see, like I was saying, I want to see how the market wants to consolidate. No matter how you look at it, I think we're going to get a consolidation. I think we're going to get some sideways price action for the next couple of hours. And I'm okay with that because that's going to potentially give me some really good scalps this evening, right? Which is what I'm looking for. I'm looking to take 1 micros. I like the range that we have here, right? So we're already identifying a range that's roughly, we've got 18,982 to 18,820. So that's about 150 point range. I like that. Whether we're going to make lower lows, lower highs, or higher highs and higher lows, I'm okay either way. But I do think we're going sideways. So what I would be looking for now is going to be short trades. By short, we've got 150 point range. Probably going to be looking for somewhere between an 50 to 80 point trade. And I want to try to hold the trades down in the middle of the range. So if I can get the bottom, I'll take the long, look to exit somewhere around the 50 to 75% of the range, just in case it wants to, mess around. And I'm going to look to take several moves on this session, scalping up and down in this range. Now let's see if this thing wants to rally, if it wants to give us a market structure shift, it'll tell us, right? If we start getting some closes above, closes below, the market starts giving us the confirmation that it's ready. I wouldn't be surprised if it made a move sooner. So we're gonna look for it.
Yeah, we're going sideways now for an hour. That really stinks. On the 1 minute chart, we haven't, on the one we have, what did you say? About 100 and some odd range, but on the 1 minute chart now. Yeah, the range. That's
what I'm looking at, about 150 point range. Yeah, give or take.
Let's get above VWAP. Let's get above VWAP because
not, that's not including the gap, right, futures, because we still have that gap up top. So this range can very quickly. Remember how big how fast we dropped.
10.
This range can very quickly expand. Correct. Very quickly expand into a 200-300 point range. If we take the high from the last low right here, right before the gap, and we measure our move from there to the low, we're talking 19,225 to 18,817. Now we just turned it into a 400 point range. You know what I mean? So we got to be really careful here. I'm going to be really careful with how I engage in this price action after that disgusting drop, but very necessary and anticipated drop. And let's see what we get, right? Let's see what the market wants to give us. Wood chip, I think, is long. Okay, so he's probably hovering around break even if he hasn't closed it.
7:30 came. We got a bit of a move there, right? 7:30. That was a bit of a
well, 7:30 is just a close of a 30-minute candle, right? So you always got to just look at it that way.
Yeah, it's a beautiful time for wood chip.
Let me delete this noise because it's just noise for now.
I'm trying to piggyback off a trade with the with my algo. Hopefully we get a bounce off VWAP and I could pull a few pennies out of this one.
Let me log into my accounts here, guys.
Give me a bit of a pop. You know what? I'll put it at 20. That was a one lot. Let's see if we can get up to 20 bid, 18 bid, 17. Actually, yeah, no, 19. 5 points. At 5 points, I know that's small, but at 5 points, I'll take a small piece off this.
If 5 points is your target, what's your stop?
No, just 5 points would be a small piece. The entry was at 20 and at 10. So right now the average is 14. The stop is you can see it on on that small chart there on the bottom. Let me open it up. If 18,898 gets hit, I'm just riding the coattails here of the algo that I run. So I'm just hoping that we go back up. And I like to add, whenever there's a 50% retrace, I like to add because the potential for that trade, that ad trade, is much greater than it is for the original trade, because the ad trade only has a half of an R for risk. And even if I just get 1-to-1 on the original trade, by entering at a 50% retrace, it turns that piece of the trade into a 3-to-1 trade. So it has a much better risk to reward profile.
That's how I usually try to DCA as well. If I'm trading correctly, I'll do it only once, and I'll do it right around that area. You know, when it's approaching my stop, I won't move my stop if I'm trading correctly, and my risk is going to be minimal on that entry. So yeah, I tend to do that same exact thing, and I'll try to do it pretty much every time, so I stay consistent with the with my system.
Yeah, but unfortunately for me, this trade's a loser. I know that once this bar closes, I know that the algo is going to close the trade. That one's done. On to the next. There we go. Algo closed the trade for a 19-point loss. On to the next one. It's like a conveyor belt with me, huh?
Hey, listen, that's if you're okay with that and you can handle seeing your accounts go, you know, taking those losses, you know, 2-3 times back to back, and then you get those wins 4, 5, 6 times back to back, right? If you can handle that kind of trading mentally, you're fine. You know, and that's how you trade. You're a scalper, futures, right? Like that's your game plan.
It is.
And
It is.
you're simply following it. So there's nothing wrong with that.
And if you don't spend too much time in front of the charts, it's not so mentally fatiguing, but it does get to be mentally fatiguing if on those days when I get excessive and I spend the whole day in front of the charts. So yeah, it could get fatiguing, but
I can relate to that.
But that's why I'm trying to really set a strict set of rules that covers everything, because once all those rules are in place, the mental fatigue disappears, because now you're just watching for the setup. You're just watching for the setup. You're not even making decisions. You're just watching to see if there's going to be a setup. I just accidentally got into a trade that, I'm sorry guys, I got to get out of it. Whatever. Yeah, once you have a set of rules that you're following to the T, then that mental fatigue goes away. And I saw that last week. Last week was a great week. I stopped making discretionary decisions on everything, even on the take profits mostly, I would say. So I'm trying to get back there, to there. I'm adding a new rule today. You want to know what my new rule is? My new rule is
Sure.
no trading off stream. I just found that as soon as I close the stream, I like to go rogue. My brain tells me, okay, now's the opportunity to do something that you wouldn't have done necessarily on the stream. So yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. And actually, I was in I think, yeah, Pine Tree. I was in Pine Tree stream just before, and I think he mentioned the same thing. I was multitasking. So I was listening, but I was doing something else. But I think he said the exact same thing. Something about trading off stream, and that I think he's going to stop. Woodchip, do you remember what he said about that? Woodchip was getting called out by Pine Tree on how many trades he takes. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Was he talking about trading off stream? I know Trades by Matt was I don't know what word to use, but his results from when the stream would close to the next day were drastically different. I used to take screenshots of his still in his two longs, micros 923, stop 855. Yeah, I used to take screenshots of his well, I guess the account data, that screen that we all post that shows how we're doing, and then he would show up the next morning and it would be like, you know, did I miss a couple of days? The numbers were drastically different. So he was he also had, I would call it a problem, trading off stream, but not just trading off stream, trading undisciplined emotionally.
Well, it's because when we start this streaming, journey, there's more accountability. There's a little bit more accountability, right? At least for me, there is. When I'm sitting there streaming, and it doesn't matter if anyone is watching me or not, right? Like that doesn't bother me, and that's not going to do anything in terms of the accountability. It's just that I know I have a live stream that is stored on YouTube that when I go and look back at it, I'm going to see a clown on the other end, right? If it was a day that I'm doing really stupid shit.
Do you review your streams?
All the time, multiple.
You do, yeah.
Oh, I'll go back to my streams daily. I don't go back to like some of the older streams.
No, just one. Like no. What I meant is like just reference to reference. You know how your day was today. I do it on the weekend.
Yep.
On the weekend,
randomly, like I'll go over to some of my first streams, like the first week, the first and second week. Some of my most amazing trading that I've done, right? Followed my rules, discipline, took my setup exclusively. And there was no FOMO, there was no, I was explaining my rules, I was following my rules. And I don't know what happened a couple of weeks ago that I just, completely like you said, I went rogue. And I went rogue on stream. I wasn't even embarrassed, right? But look, we make those mistakes, guys. I'm new, right? 13 months, guys. Hey, we hit 13 months. We hit 13 months. All right.
Good job.
13 months trading, guys. 13 months trading.
You're doing phenomenal for 13 months. To have that many funded accounts.
That don't mean shit. Let's be honest.
Sure it is. It's an accomplishment. Yes, it is.
It's an accomplishment.
You had to pass the evals. You had to pass the evals. You didn't blow them. You didn't do stupid shit. You had to pass the evals to get there.
What's really an accomplishment is the fact that I'm sitting at 70K equity, right?
Yeah.
It's not just that I've got funded accounts. It's that I've got funded accounts that are, all 20 are a couple of hundred to a couple of thousand away from payouts. Same thing with the Bulenox accounts. So look, it's nice to have a lot of accounts, guys, but I don't copy too many accounts. My first run copying Bulenox accounts, the 55K that I've got in equity on my Apex accounts, every single one of them happened individually, trading each account on its own, right? And haven't gotten to payout yet, but I'm slowly getting there. I'm not blowing them. I'm taking my time, and I'm proud of the of the changes that I make that that are planned, right? Based on my screw ups. Embarrassed that I still make those same screw ups from time to time. But it is what it is, right? I think over time we'll get that. We'll try to fix it, and let's work on right what I've got listed over here on my little bio over here, right? What do I say here? Plan the trade, trade the plan, stay consistent, stay disciplined, stay mechanical. In a nutshell, right? If you can abide by those 4 things right there, you're gonna kill it. You'll do just fine, guys. right? And use your own rules. Just align your rules with that. Plan the trade and only trade the plan, which means your setup, right? You have a setup that you take daily, whether it's 1, 2, 3. Don't take trades outside of that plan. And part of that plan is, where am I going to put my stop? Predetermined stop loss. Where is my target? Predetermined target, right? What is my risk? Predetermined risk. So if I got to risk 80 points, I'm going to trade with 1 micro. Or 2 micros. If I'm going to risk 20 points, okay, maybe I can jump in with 5 micros now for that trade.
I was curious about whether you do that, if your position sizing is dynamic or static. I might have even asked you that yesterday, if you're adjusting your position size.
I'll adjust. I'll adjust accordingly. I like to I like to keep my risk based on a dollar amount, more so a percentage of my drawdown, right? Because we are trading these prop firms, I'm not going to treat it as if it was a live account. I'm not going to go and trade 0.5%, right? Because if we did that with a $2,500 drawdown, you know, we're talking about
2 years to pass the account.
Yeah, I got a $10 stop. You can't even make that happen. You can't. It doesn't even work with this type of a drawdown. So, you know, I use 3%, right? 3% is kind of like my sweet spot. Doesn't matter what size the account is. I like to look for 3% on my risk for 1 singular micro. So, you know, that's a $75 risk. 1 micro, it gives me about 30 plus points, right? I think 35 points, give or take. So, you know, look, that's
getting to target every 30 trading days, I would say. And that's phenomenal. I mean, the problem I think with most traders is they're rushing it. Not the ones that, like even me right now, I'm increasing my size specifically because I want a couple of accounts to, I want to try aggressive trading with a couple of accounts. But I think a lot of people just don't even realize they're not, what's the word? They're not consciously making a decision to go fast. They just don't realize how aggressively they're trading. And they don't realize that they should slow it down.
Also new.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of them are just too new futures.
I mean,
like myself.
Nobody should budget less than a month to try and pass an account. And even 2 months is golden. If you can get the target consistently and slowly with no stress, no risk to the account, and if it takes 2 months, do you know what kind of orchard of accounts, what kind of bank vault you can build with that kind of consistency? But a lot of people also just don't see the long term. It's just, you know, what am I going to get done today, and what can I get done by the end of the week?
They're jumping into this thinking about the money, and that's the problem. If you're getting, and I'm not saying that we're not doing this trading for the money, right?
No, but you can't. But you can't think about it. You can't be just like my mistake at the beginning of the week. I said I got to make $1,000 per account. Correct. Or I got to pat. No, you can't do that. You just got to create your process. Not hope it has edge.
I need to follow my plan. I need to make a plan. I need to trade that plan, and the outcome is the outcome. If I'm following my rules, if I'm following my plan, I might end red for the day, right? If part of my plan means that I'm going to take no more than $2,500 account drawdown, $250, $300 loss for the day, I feel like I'm already being way too lenient on myself with the amount of risk I'm allowing, right? The amount of daily loss that I'm allowing for myself.
Yeah.
It's $2,500 drawdown, guys. I should not be risking more than $150 for the day.
The problem is
that's the reality.
Yeah. I think the problem is also there's a lot of streamers out there with really big audiences that are pushing hyper aggressive trading. And there's
sorry, Which if I didn't see that you were typing my chat, I just saw it on my sorry for interrupting you, Futures.
Oh, no problem.
I was looking at I was just kind of hanging out in Futures video. Let's see what Woodchip said. Hey, trading a channel. Oh, this is a trading channel. Hey, trades. I thought this was. Oh, he jumped into my channel because he's got jokes.
It's an everything channel. There's conversation. There's commentary.
No, he's always just messing around.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Love stream. Watch the clock and what price wants before Asia. Does Asia want the gap or lower? So maybe near term, right? We have a draw. I flipped. Heck yeah, I flipped short. Good. I hope you flipped it at a good time. You didn't take a loss and you took profits. So I do like that now we are, we took out that low, unfortunately, where I'm glad he flipped short,
Took
where
out that low
Woodchip had his stop. But now potentially, right, because I am still looking for some consolidating, it's a good level to take a long. Right, this is potentially a good level just because we may be identifying a range. So super low risk 73, stop at 48. Right, outside break out of the channel. We might make another lower low. This might not be the low. Might come a little lower. Let's see what it wants to do. But I'm gonna go to the 5 second to see if we can start identifying some scalp entries to start taking to the top of the range. Probably just got it. I think we just got it. It was almost perfect. We got a displacement entry, potential entry incoming right around here on the 5 second. I think we can take this to the top of the range. See. All right, let's see how it reacts here. So my order block that I would like to get tapped, we actually tapped right into it. I didn't press the button. It was meant to be a scalp. I'm a bozo. I'm only looking to target some of these local highs. I'm not looking for anything crazy. It's all right. It's all right. We didn't push the button, but I like the level. Right, targeting something like the 893 for this trade if we were in it. I don't know if we're gonna make a higher high yet. I am anticipating that to be the case. Safe target, like I said, would be the channel top right here. Not a channel, just I guess it's a channel, however you want to call it. It's a squeeze, really. It's the top of the squeeze. And it looks like we're approaching the apex, right, coming into this area. So I'm not excited to take the trade because we're in the apex. We made a lower low, but if we're going to start chopping and consolidating in this range before the breakout, we might have another, 30 minutes or so of some bullshit right here. And then if it does make a slightly higher high, which is what I'm anticipating, we'll expand this range, higher high here, but lower high to the top. So still maintaining the squeeze, but expanding the squeeze. So that'll just create a little bit more consolidating room before we hit the apex. That's my thought here, guys. That's kind of, we already hit it. Like, it was already, trade was a winner, right? If we would have taken the scalp, exit was right here, right? As I mentioned, approaching. We don't want it to go all the way to the top of the range, only because I don't need it, right? I'll usually just take the 75% of whatever I'm trading, and then let the rest kind of just do its thing, right? And if it goes higher, it goes higher, but I don't need higher, right? That would have given me 866 out at the green, 96, and look, and it turns around right here, potentially giving us a small, 5 second sell model. You don't need to target anything more than this when you're playing this time frame. That's 30 points right there. That was an easy 30 on that trade.
While you were talking, I was trading.
That's usually how it goes with me, futures. I'll talk myself right out of a trade.
I got a nice one there. I heard you targeting higher highs, but again, I think in this case we were,
like I said, I was looking for local higher highs. So we just did that. Just these little highs right here.
Got you.
So we broke above that, but I'm still looking for a squeeze. I still want to see the market consolidating, playing games. It's going to fake out a lot of people. It's what the algo does. It's the Asia session. It took a lot of liquidity on the way down. It was a very big rally. So I'm not expecting a massive expansion right outside of the open, right? We already did, right? We moved here. This was a big drop. This was a pretty big drop to extend the range. You know, this drop alone on the open, 1930 to 821. That's a 200-point drop. So, you know, it already opened up the range for us with that, just with the market open. So right now, chop. I'm looking at chop central here, guys, for a little bit. I do like the sell model that it could potentially be forming here. But I think that we came deeper into the buy model now, right? So we just played out the 5-second. Move up to the 30-second, maybe getting an entry. A lot of wicks, body close below this swing, body high above this swing, chop, right? Close above, close below. Swing high, swing low. So, right? Right there. And you know, short. I want to try to scalp a little bit more, guys. That's what I'm doing. You know, I want to do that in the Asian session here, and start taking a few more trades. But I'm also patient, right? If I'm approaching an apex like this, I don't need to trade this part of the consolidation.
Yeah, we are actually coming into a little bit of an apex for me as well, and I think we're going to make a move either to the, well, of course, obviously we're going to make a move either to the downside or to the upside, but
the upside, exactly.
I think we're going to catch a little bit of momentum here. I'm short too. I'm just hoping it's to the downside right now. I'm not completely comfortable with it, which you can see I have a buy limit for one. I want to, even just it's a 2-lot, I want to lighten my position on this, which I'm going to do manually with a market order.
We're just now coming into that macro, right? It's that 750 macro. And you can see even in the 750 macro, 753, we're not really getting any real action.
Yeah.
Right. And that's because just because it's a macro, the algorithm might move a little, but I don't think it has to necessarily, right? If it's in this stage, this part of the model, it's going to consolidate a little bit.
Out. There we go. I was looking for 58 bid. No, sorry, nice. 51 bid.
There we go. So here's that lower low, right, that I was looking for to take out that low again one more time. Touched it. It literally just touched my my channel to the tick, right? I put it here as a hypothetical. It's not like I was expecting it to exact, come to this point. The point was I wanted to see a lower low from the local lows, but a higher low from the range, right? And that is just slowly expanding our consolidating squeeze, right? So now if we're going to use the squeeze as a consolidation, let's go here, potentially see up to take out these lows here at 18,920. Am I going to attempt it down here? Let's see if we get a setup on the 5-second. With that pullback, it looked pretty decent. Let's go to the 5-second and let's see if we can get a nice little market structure shift. Potential trade off the order block. Close below this swing point.
Guys, I'll just remind you again, if you want to track more or closer what Joker's talking about, go into the Joker Trades. He has his chart set up so you're not, I know wood chips there right now, so you're not in the dark, and you get to see the levels on the chart that he's marking off. And while we're at it,
and if you don't want to hang out in my channel because it's probably a little bit boring in there,
well, no,
at least stop in and hit that like button, guys. Hit that sub if you haven't already. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the Futures Floor TV as well.
That's it, and we got a co-stream. We got a co-stream nightly, so you're gonna want to be here and watch us taking those trades. Joker doing his analysis. So Make sure to
I'm
hit the
gonna
subscribe and the
analyze so
notification
that
bell.
everybody else can make money. Let's see if I can hit the damn button so I can make some money at these calls, right?
Yeah. But hit the subscribe, hit the notification so you know exactly when we're going live.
We will be looking to try to do the evening stream, ranging between a 6 and a 7 o'clock start. That is my fault, primarily fault. I've got kids, guys, younger ones. Sometimes I have to deal with my little one. If my wife is working and she can't really back me up during the stream, we may just have to start a little bit later from time to time.
Yeah, we played by ear.
We'll play by ear. Keep you guys posted. Either way, always appreciate you guys stopping in, hanging out, and hope to see you guys here every time we're streaming.
Also, guys, if you can do us a favor when the stream ends, you know what I'd like? If you can leave us a comment and maybe make some suggestions. Let us know what you'd like to see more of. Are you guys interested in giveaways? You want to see trading competitions between me and Joker? I'm thinking, I have an idea. I haven't seen someone do it. It's called Follow Your Friend, where I either have to take Joker's trades or Joker has to jump in and start taking Renko trades. Collabs with other traders and other streamers. Chat trades where the chat gets to maybe tell us what trade to take. So guys,
I've seen that. You can have an account, have a chat account, right?
Yeah. So guys, leave a comment when the stream ends and let us know what it is that interests you, and we'll try to bring it into the show.
So I like the reaction we got, right? It's definitely aligning with what I've been saying so far in terms of my analysis. We are still expanding and holding the range. This is where I like to take my my range trades, futures. This is where I like to scalp. When I'm able, once I've identified a range and we get to the bottom of the range, I tend to take a long and hold it to the top of the range. I get to the top of the range, I'll take a short and hold it to the bottom of the range. And tend to find quite a bit of success, doing that.
I am not surprised. I'm not surprised. You'll see it on the charts all the time. When we wick the bottoms of the ranges and the tops of the ranges, how price just rotates and goes in the other direction.
Just reacts. Yep. And it's all about identifying which part, which stage of the algorithm are we in, right? Because the algorithm it's not a one-part algorithm, right? For the most part, to sum it up, it's a three-part algorithm, right? It's the accumulation stage, the manipulation stage, and the distribution stage. So it's going to repeat those three stages all the time. And when you're in that accumulation stage, which I do believe we are in on a lower time frame, right? Very critical to understand this. Lower time frame, we are playing out a higher time frame sell model, incoming, hourly. I mean, I would not be surprised if the following hourly candle just threw up.
I think it's the manipulation phase where I get hurt the most. I think the way I've coded everything that I trade, those are the areas where I get hurt the most. Maybe the most? Wrong word, because my stops are the same size. The most often. That's the area. Those are the danger areas for me. That's when you see a lot of times I'll get out of the trade. I'll get in, and then I'll just discretionarily say, nah, I'm getting out. That's because it looks like we're, in my reading of the charts, that we're in one of those, what you call the manipulation zones. And that's when I find I get hurt.
The manipulation simply comes right before the next expansion, right? So you're gonna have your trend, and then you're gonna have your consolidation, right? Which is the price is gonna go sideways, and all the algorithm is doing during the consolidation stage, and that's where the consolidation stage varies, right? Because if there's not enough liquidity being generated, if there's not enough volume in the market, the algorithm is going to go sideways longer. right? It has a range that it can stay within. It can create that apex deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, expand slightly out of it, open the range just a little bit, just enough so that, hey, what's up, Coach Fred? Thanks for stopping by. If the reality is that if there's not enough liquidity generated for the algorithm to move in its already predetermined destination rather, it's just going to continue to go sideways until it has enough. And when it has enough, that's when you're going to see it make the move. So that's why here, I was anticipating exactly this. And now, like I said before, I can see us taking out these highs. And
Which highs?
Which highs? The 919, okay. 920 area, right back to where Woodchip originally was thinking of that long. And then I can see us expanding, making this a slightly lower high here, and maybe expanding the range a bit more. So I can see us coming into my red box right here, this order block where I would consider my next short. That would be coming into around that 18,940 area. And we'll see how the market reacts. We'll see what it does. Show less.
Okay, well, we're back in this.
Hey, what's up, Jovan? Appreciate you stopping in, man. It's awesome, dude. Good to see you here.
We're back in this little zone over here, but
hey guys, make sure when you get a chance, stop in at my co-streamers channel as well. Hit that like button, hit that sub if you haven't. It's Futures Floor TV.
Hey, what's up?
But really glad to see some faces here. Joker, manipulation or not right now?
What's up, Joe?
No, not yet. I think I still think that we're consolidating right now, Coach Fred. I think we're in the accumulation stage. We made a really big move. So this was a really, really large drop here. I'd like to see us consolidate a little bit more. We have a really large range, so we can expand. We have about a 200 plus point range where the algorithm could expand. I'd like to see us hold this squeeze right here. It's looking like a nice bear flag. I am looking for lower targets, so I would like to see us eventually manipulate up first. So we'll do a little bit more accumulating in this area. Doesn't have to go all the way this far. Then we come up for a manipulation. I want to say we might even manipulate about 50% of the gap that we opened up. After that manipulation, I'd want to start looking for a potential sell model. We might go into a little bit more consolidating outside of the manipulation and then drop down to see some potentially lower targets. Right, something like
on the
this.
1 minute, if we come into your 930, 940 zone, are you going short right away, or you'll be looking for a setup on a lower time frame?
So we're just now coming into the zone. We're approaching it here. We just got the high, so I would have been out of my long here futures if I wasn't such a chicken shit to take it. And I would be looking now to see how far does the algorithm want to expand this range on buy side.
Yeah.
So we did just take out the liquidity that I would be targeting on this lower time frame, and right at my range, right where we're sitting here, potentially 5-second model. Let's see if it starts to show us some type of a pullback and retracement. I do like the order block that we're coming into and trading off of.
Nice.
I also like that we completed a potential 2022 off of the first entry, creating these lower lows here. I'd like to take out this buy side liquidity that we just took out, see a sell model come in right around this level. And if we can get a sell model here, target these local lows right here. So I would be targeting somewhere around 18,874 for terminus on this trade. Now, the reason I'm not going to the bottom is, and I might even be looking to exit at this low here. I would look at price action and see what it does around 18,887. I don't need to be greedy for 10 points.
Nice strong move up though right now.
Yep, that was a beautiful move up.
Nice strong move. Wood chip smashed both likes. Way to go, wood chip. Follow wood chip's lead. Hit those like buttons, guys. Let's get this show rolling.
Let's take a look at this 5-minute, guys. Remove that path. That stuff is fine. All right.
I'll be looking for a long, if I can get a bit of a retrace, if we can get price to come down a bit now and then show some continuation, I'll be looking for this move to continue to the upside until we get below VWAP, basically 18,890. Let me just see, 18,890. Yeah, we would have to get under 18,890 before I would switch to a bearish bias. Right now, anything I get is just going to be riding the trend higher and hoping that it continues. Just keep pecking away and picking up the nuts off the floor and trying to get that balance to slowly and surely keep going up. Hey, I did good for the evening, I got to say. Not too, my size was on the small side. Not what we discussed, but yet I still did good. I did better so far this evening than I did during the day for one account. Actually, I should rotate accounts. I think that's it. That's the target for that one. I think it's time to rotate accounts.
Hey, that's amazing. 756. That's amazing with your strategy.
Keep picking up the peanuts. The peanuts, after a while, your basket is full. The basket on that account as well.
Look at these reactions. And you know what? I may not take a trade today, futures. Whether I hit the button or don't hit the button, it doesn't bother me. Because I'm all about, honestly, I'm all about the analysis, right? I'm really more so about identifying what I'm looking for and just letting that play out. And if it plays out and I can see that my levels hit, hey, we'll get there. We'll take the trades eventually.
What's the ATR? Woodchip wants to know what the ATR is. Right now, we're 17 points average range on the 1-minute candles, which is good for me. That's, yeah, I'm thinking about that, Woodchip, definitely. I'm thinking about the whole
I almost did it, guys. I almost did it. Sorry for cutting you off, futures.
No problem.
I almost pushed the button, man. I almost pushed the button. I chickened out again. Sell now, exactly, Coach Fred. I was trying. I tried to sell at right at my level. That's okay. Let's just see it hit target. I want to see the range. I'm still, we didn't take out. I mean, we kind of came exactly where I wanted it to come, to be honest with you guys, right? Like, I mean, we did exactly what I wanted it to do. It's presented us with a sell model, a 5-second sell model. Targeting these lows, these local lows is, for me, high probability. And if you don't want to get greedy again, you don't need to be greedy. You target these lows on the trade. It's still a beautiful trade. Your stop, your risk is really tight. You're getting in at 938. Your stop is 948. It's a 10-point risk. 938. Exit out at 903. Guys, come on. That's a good trade. It's a great trade on a 5-second model that I'm potentially identifying and I can repeat 50 times a day if I choose to, right? Safer bet. You target the lows, right? 20-point trade, right? Target the bodies. Now, are we going to get to my targets? I think so, right? But these are the sure things, safe bet. You don't need to, worry. Is the market ready to come down any further, right? And look at that. Look at the reaction you get off of the low, right? But that's all you need for a 5-second model. You don't need to target.
Sorry.
crazy levels.
Just talking
No,
to myself.
please cut
Talking
me
to
off.
no. Talking to myself here. I just missed an entry. Sorry. You see, fucking happened again. Every friggin' time I get distracted and I look at something, I missed an entry. Okay, it's not that. I mean, it's not the end of the world. One trade doesn't. But shit, I wanted to go long at 28. Oh well, that was a nice move. My bid's in at 32, so that's how late I clicked the buy bid. But anyways, okay, sorry. Hey, Coach Fred. No, you know what? We traded above VWAP here. Got below. Sellers tried to push it lower. We didn't get to the 620 low, the evening session low. We did take up some, I think what you guys call internal liquidity, but for me, it looks like the buyers came back and said not so fast and pushed it back up. And this looks like we can be seeing some strength now in the markets. Hey, wow, look at that. I missed the trade also on the algo. See, the algo just went long too. That's another confirmation that momentum is coming into the buy side right now. We have a troll. Maybe how cool. I called the sell of Joker and your buy. Good job, Fred. Told you, bro. Trolling. Shit. That was a good one. Oh, well. Okay. Missed it. Chat is fading.
Guys.
I'm not sure, really.
This was a decent 5-minute market structure shift for buy side. I'm looking at the 5-minute now. So we have
Look at that.
a close.
Look at that.
Below this swing point. Swing high, we closed above it. We even traded back into this fair value gap, this structure breaking fair value gap, right? Because we had a swing high here, swing low. We didn't close below it, but we did close below the bodies, right? Line graph. So you got a low, high, lower low, closed it out, closed out all of this liquidity, and we are now getting a 5-minute market structure shift here. So now potentially, we might potentially be looking at higher price targets. Can the market still consolidate here? It can. Right after making a move like this, sure. What's going to stop it from making that higher high, like I said, right? It's what we were waiting for. So a lower high, lower high, but you bring a midpoint to this high now. We never closed above it. We stopped right there, so we never took it out. I can easily see a rejection here and a continuation in the consolidating stage. Do I attempt it here, guys? Do we become real tight asses here? Let's see. 5-second chart. Close below. Pull back up. Did I just miss the pull back up? Or are you going to give it to me now? It's a nice little close. And we might have missed it again.
Yahtzee.
I'm telling you, I have
Yahtzee.
Shit luck with this. It's all right. We're going to get it. It's a 5-second chart. It moves so quick, futures, right? That I'm...
That's low. That's low. I never even used the 5-second chart. You're the man.
I'm crazy. I'm
You're the
man.
man.
I'm a mad.
You're the man.
I'm
You're
a
the man.
man.
5-second chart.
Man.
I've been down to the 15-second, but you know what? I found that the range was too small. Well, excuse me. The range was too small, and slippage is a big part of my game. Is a big.
All right, guys, we're in. We are in. We are in a short position with 2 micros, and we are targeting 913. Not super excited about it. It's a 5-second model, guys. I did get a little setup over here. We'll see how it plays out. I still like the range.
I'm gonna fade Joker if we can get back up to.
I see how it is, futures. I see how we're doing this. Okay.
63.
All right.
63.
All
we gotta get to 63. If we get to 63, I'm fading you. But we gotta get to 63. 63 bid. I'm short. You fade me? Yeah, wood chip. Not yet. But very likely. At some
wood chip, I just took a short too, man. This guy's fading us.
It's me against you guys. It's me against you. No, Coach Fred, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna get a long setting up. It's only a matter of time. Because
I'm not opposed to it. We just made we didn't make a lower low yet. These lows here, could potentially be tricky.
Always keep in mind, guys, though, their targets are much farther away than mine, eh? So I'll get in, I'll chip away a little bit, add a few peanuts to my balance, I'll get out, and then the market will go in their direction, and they'll make 20,
I went to add a contract, slow motion.
they'll make 20 times what I made in the trade, eh? Our styles
Not
are
necessarily, 'cause
our
you're
styles
also
are
going in
radically
much
different.
bigger.
There we go. That's the 63.
And I got stopped on that one.
And I missed it. I missed another one, but that one I tried. You guys can see it. My bid's at 63. That's right where I said I was going to get in, but after 7 points, I have to cancel the bid. I can't let it go more than 7 points and get back in. But you guys saw there that was the 63 bid. I just missed it. The markets went fast. See, that's what I was saying about the 15-second chart for me, Joker. I found slippage and missing trades is a big problem. I don't know what word to use with the style that I trade. And I found that if I went to lower time frames, like the 15-second chart, it becomes so much of a problem that I can't be profitable. I need to find a balance, and the balance is charts that are aligned with the 1 minute candles. But again, always looking like what Chip asked, what's the ATR? What's the ATR? I'm always looking at the ATR, because if that ATR gets too small, I really can't. I mean, I do take trades, but I can't trade anymore. My profitability I'll just be treading water. I'll go up, I'll go down. I'll go up, I'll go down. If it's not going anywhere, if there's no ATR, if there's no range in the candles, it's not going anywhere. I need continuation. You see my styles here. You see how I'm trying to get in. I need continuation. I need to get in. Market moves, goes an ATR, 2 ATRs, that takes me out. So I always got my eye on the volatility, and the volatility is there tonight, eh? Yesterday, I think we were at 5 points, no? On the range. The candles were small last night. Candles aren't small tonight.
Nope. We got a way bigger. I mean, look at that move that we made. It was a big drop. Even this short that I just took on the 5-second, I wasn't super excited about it because, like I said, we're making a new high, right? So at what level? Is it going to make a higher high? Is it going to be a lower high? I think it's a lower high, but was I correct where I took it? Obviously not. It was super tight. I got stopped out for like $60, I think. I don't know what it was. Forget. $75.
Yeah, and we still got the evening session highs here at 19.028 approximately. Could be 0.27.
We are still looking for the gap. We're approaching that gap, right? So we said we're looking for a nice fill into this gap. So we're getting that now. And this could very well be the manipulation that Coach Fred had asked me earlier. Is this the manipulation? This leg up could be the manipulation to take that big push all the way down.
Coach Fred, you're asking the 15-second why it doesn't help me in seeing the candle getting a more precise entry. If you're directing that question to me, it's not that it would give me a more precise entry. The problem is my take profit, my stop loss is always based on the ATR, on the range of the candles. So the smaller on the 15-second, the range of the candles is, I won't say a quarter, but it's quite a bit smaller. So my targets come in too tight. So if my targets are 7-10 points from my first take profit. If I'm going to bring that down to 3 points or 2 points, and then I'm going to get slipped for 1.5 points, I'm basically trading to either break even or lose. I don't even have a potential to make profit on my style of trading. It's very rare. A while back, about 6 weeks ago, I was going for 21 to 40 points, but I've tightened it up, and pretty much right now, it's rare that you'll see me get 20 points. Most of the time, I'm starting to unload after 7 points. At 10 points, definitely. And then as we go from 10 to 20 points, I start chipping away at the rest on every pop. I dump a little more, I get out a little more, and by 20 points, I'm out. Hey, Matt, the trades by Matt did great, just pulling out 10 points a trade, eh? He would, I don't take 2 trades. He would just take 2 trades, but he was doing very well. Your ATM is automated.
It depends on your size. It depends on your size, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're trading with 5-10 micros and you're taking 10 points, that's a quick trade versus me having to sit in a position for 50 points, 60 points, right? With 2 micros.
Yeah, and Coach Fred, no, I don't use an ATM. I'm just all manual. I don't even put in stops. And sometimes, I don't know if you've heard my accountability partner, or pretty much my main accountability partner right now is my son, who trades in a room behind me, and often he'll open the door and he'll scream out, "Where's your stop?" He doesn't see a stop on my charts, and I keep telling him, "Dave, I have a stop. Don't worry. It's just in my head." My stop is 14 points as soon as I get in. After I take a partial, my stop goes to 7 points, and then it trails in 7-point blocks. So as we keep moving up every 7 points, so I could set an ATM, but I like to do it manually. I don't know. It's probably a mistake, and I'll tell you why it's a mistake, because I can't tell you how many times. Oh, we're just coming up to the evening session highs, guys? I can't tell you how many times that price moves quickly, just like I missed my entry. Many times price moves
above those highs, but
many times price moves rapidly through my stop, and now that's when I say inside my head, shit, they got me. I'm trapped, because I'm greedy and I don't want to lose more than the trade indicated I should lose. So I'm hoping it comes back. And then there's been times when I've spiraled out of control with that. I'm saying, okay, if I just add a little bit, maybe I can have my loss, my predetermined loss be the right amount.
You're just back in 1 minute, just checking on the kids.
No problem. So yeah, no, definitely. Definitely, I should at least use an ATM for my stop, and it should trail. Maybe not even by 14 points, but have an emergency, like a parachute at 21 points. Definitely. You know what? I think I'm even going to set that up. I'm going to set that up right now. Custom. I'm just going to put in target. Let's say 3. That's enough. Stop loss. 21 points. 21 times 4 is 84, right? I think 80 times 4, that's 84. That's 21 points. It's increments of 3. My profit target, you know what? Let's do a couple of them. Let's just do it the way I said. Let's go to a 6 lot. Let's try that. We'll try that. We'll try that tonight, and we'll do it tomorrow. We'll go for a 2. I'll do the trail tomorrow. I'll work on it, but the profit 7 points, that's, let's say 28. I want to give me 8 points, 32. And the next one, I don't know, 14 points is good, right? So that's 56. And then I'll hold a 2 lot indefinitely. So save template, and we will call it ATM. There we go. Something I should have done a long time ago, definitely. I've gotten hurt. I've really gotten hurt. I've damaged my accounts by not having a stop in. Okay, well, the automated strategy is doing not so good tonight.
Futures. That's my biggest downfall is not respecting my stop. I'll be on camera in 2 seconds, guys.
Coach Fred, would you like to see me teach or get Joker to trade Rinkos? Okay, we got an entry. Come on, I get on the bid. Let's go. Hold on. There we go. I got to get a better price. There we go. So let's watch the ATM, see what it does. Of course, I'm not respecting that stop, my stop is a little bit different, and I might interfere in the trade with a 2 lot or something, but for now, come on, let's go. Let's make this one a fun one. Let me open it up a bit. There we go.
I attempted another short here. I was up $50. I didn't.
There we go. There we go. That's 2. Both of them came out. Way to go.
I see another stop.
Way to go, Coach Fred. You gave it to me, Coach Fred. Look at that. I put in the ATM and look at it run. Look at it run. Moving my stop to break even. Actually, I'm going to close this trade, and I'll tell you why. That blue line there, that's the high of the evening session. And if that's not a reason to fade, hey, Coach Fred is Oliver Velez. Boom! If that's not a reason to get out, then I don't know what is. Yeah, we could blow through it, but probability-wise.
No, I feel like my stop was a little bit too much of a tight ass right there, and I just got stopped out.
No, Coach.
For a potential move.
Coach Fred, you did it. You set my ATM, something I should have done a long time ago. Look how easy that was. You know what? It probably managed the trade a lot better than I would have. That was fun. Okay, can we hit 1,000 in an evening session? Would that be incredible? Oh, Oh, I love Velez. Everything he says is good. I just, I'm not a big moving average. I know he uses moving averages for his signals, his trade entries. I use quasi moving averages, but I make bands out of them, and then I make some adjustments to it as well. Let me see what I'm using on this chart here on the bottom. I don't even know. I mean, I'm happy with whatever band. Look, there's no holy grail, eh? Whatever band you use, it all gives you the same thing. It's just as long as, in this case, I'm using linear regression bands. One is on the, oh, you can't see it maybe. Let me go up here. One is on the high, 33 on the high, and the other one is on the low. But you can use EMA bands. You can use SMA bands. There's no holy grail. It'll all start to give you signals at approximately the same point of time. And then it's just up to you to find if you're trading my way.
All right, we had 2 losers and 1 winner. The 1 winner made up for the losers. I think we're still red, $22, but not bad. Linda held it a little longer.
Yeah, Linda Rashke, was that the Words of Wisdom? And they were asking her about turtle soup, that she wrote about it in 1996.
That's what you sent me over, right?
Yep. I love Linda. Are you kidding me? Linda is like almost my I won't say my mentor, but I have that book that she was talking about, and I love her approach, because her approach is a statistical approach, which is basically what I use also. It's just a statistical approach, and that's why I say that's my weakness also. I don't use context the way Joker does, the way my sons do, the way Woodchip does, and my systems and my trades are probably a little bit weak, because I will take trades, or I will get entries at insane points. Like I could potentially get an entry as we break the when we sweep the highs.
Are you talking about the Renko bars exclusively, or
any setup? Algo or the setups. They're all kind of very similar. They all require a retrace and then a continuation. As soon as you get that retrace, a qualified retrace, and then you get the first continuation bar, that's when I jump in. But when you get hurt is when that continuation bar, when you're in a consolidation area and you're doing a double, triple, quadruple top. I keep getting entries and stopped. You guys are reading it as a liquidity zone, as a place where we're going to rotate and change direction. But my system keeps reading it as, hey, let's hope for some continuation. And those are the trades that you'll see me get out at break even very often. That's when I'm just uncertain. Like if there's a strong move, every single entry is at a new high of day, and I'm saying, come on, it's most likely going to stop. So I get out at break even, and remember I showed you that profit graph, Joker? Yeah, my profit graph doesn't track exactly like that, because I throw discretion into my system. I probably shouldn't, because if I could execute flawlessly, I would do better with no discretion than if I were to use the discretion. But I guess the discretion gives me a little bit of peace of mind, and it helps me control the drawdown, because the drawdown's a little bit bigger on the system than mine is. But it's still small, though. It's still crazy small. I mean, 300 points. Seriously, I know that sounds like a lot, but that's like 300 points over a series of, like over a 2-week losing period. And that's not a lot of points when I can pull out 50 to 100 points a day. So if you're talking from your high water mark to your worst drawdown period is only 300 points, that's pretty phenomenal. She used to have a great blog 20 years ago. Yeah, she's remarkable. She's remarkable. She also has a MACD system that SMB Capital kind of twisted a little bit and made it their own also, but they gave her full credit for it. Yeah, she makes the MACD. She puts the settings very aggressive. I don't really remember what it is, because I'm not a MACD trader. I don't like MACD. I don't like RSI. I'm not a divergence trader. I know a lot of people also like divergence. I'm not a divergence trader.
Well, divergence is good to use as confluence, right? Like, I'm not a divergence trader per se, but I will look at like ES and NQ and just, take a look at what type of divergence are we getting? Which market is looking stronger than the other? you know, just to give me some type of a bearing there. That's all. So I entered this short here, really tight stop. I might get stopped out right here, right at the highs. I want this order block to hold, potentially drop down a little bit lower. I don't see it happening. It looks like it really wants to push up there, but we'll see what happens.
I got another entry. Let's see if I can see. This is a bad entry, not me. See, I'm getting out. No, see, this is what happens. Often my system triggers an entry. I get in because I have like a second, so I can't really think about it.
I'm out of that one.
But then I look at it and I say, no, I'm not comfortable with this. We're pushing up right against the evening session highs, so let it go without me. I got out. And now I look at it and I say, wow, well, I'm an idiot to have gotten out, eh? There's your 14 points. I would have hit both targets. Would have been another, I don't know. Well, that would have been another full profit.
I don't know what's. Oh, there's my end dog. I was about to say, why did my end dog disappear? So we're just now approaching that 50%. It was a good target, and I knew I kind of just had that long to the 50 without messing around with all these stupid scalp shorts until it gives us the setup here. We just traded into this new day opening gap, right? End dog.
Yeah.
We're approaching the 618 from the last drop. That is the last move. We don't have anything else. That was the only small little consolidation.
End dog. It's a good nickname. Start calling me End dog. End dog.
Oh gosh, my camera. Remind me, my camera was off. I forgot. I completely brain farted that I flipped the lid there.
Who's standing behind you?
Nobody's there.
How do you know?
Out,
How do you know? How do you know?
Cut it out, man. I can see my camera. You stop it. I'm in the basement. It can get creepy down here.
Yeah, I'm in the basement.
The basement's creepy.
I'm in the basement too. I got another long entry, but I won't take it. The entry's at 40. 47 would be the take profit. There's the first one. It's hit. The next one's going to be at 54. But I didn't take it. You know what? I'm at the point where I don't want to take trades anymore. I think I'm that brain fatigue that we were talking about.
Uh-huh.
And why am I getting brain fatigue? Because I'm making decisions. I'm not just following the system blindly. I'm deciding when do I get in. But we're coming up to the 54. That would have been another full winner again. We're not there yet. 52, 53. I just saw 54 flash. That's it. There it goes. It would have been another full winner. But yeah, no, I have brain fatigue.
I'd like to see a setup in this range now to give us that short play from here.
But I'm glad we just had this run. And you know why? Because I wanted you to see, all of you, I wanted you to all see the potential of the way I trade. Because it looks crazy and it looks hectic and it looks undisciplined. And I wanted you guys to see that there are times, like every system, there are times when it cleans up. There are times when it cleans up, just like everybody's system or whatever, you know, as long as they've proven that they have edge. There are times when the market just pays them and their system, whatever system they're using, they're just hitting winner after winner after winner. And there are times when their system just can't pull a winner out of a hat if it tried. But yeah, you guys just got a glimpse, even though I didn't take the trades or I didn't get in them. Sometimes I tried. I put in the bid. I didn't get filled, but you get to see the potential. Right now, the algo is going short, so the algo is indicating that this might be a flip now of momentum. But again, I wouldn't take it because everything else that I have is has a bullish bias. I'm talking too much. Sorry, guys. Getting excited.
I'm going to jump into a short here.
Look at the range, man. 30 points on the candles. Your entries aren't triggered by automated signals. They are, and they aren't. The one, the picture in picture, that little chart there, that's all automated. I don't touch that. I just track it. And then I have another chart off screen. It's on another computer. That's also automated. And then what you see me doing is just manual off those signals. So I'm not really doing much reading. I'm just really watching for when what I coded triggers in, and then I try to jump in on it.
Order block, it's kind of large for the short. I'm at the high of it. I'm not crazy about it. Again, I'm trying to take these reversal trades, and I'm attempting it, you know, on this account. It's a 150K account. I'm attempting them on the 5-second chart. And I'm realizing, and I've said this before, the 5-second model can play out, and at times it's going to give you your absolute best entry, and it might just keep going, right? Like way lower than what the 5-second is giving you.
Yeah, Joker guys, give me a second. I just got to mute my mic. My wife's calling me, so I want to deal with this. And Coach Fred, I'll answer your question in a sec.
Still not crazy about this. I'm still seeing higher price action. I think we can fill that gap that we opened up with. I'd like to see us consolidate a little bit more. This was a really big move up, so I can definitely see myself getting stopped here. It is hovering into the 618. The 50% is a little bit higher. It's kind of where I wanted to put my stop and my target. It's only 20 points up above it on the 3 contracts. The big account. Let's go up a little higher. We're going to add here. We're going to go to this 50% of the range, a little bit above it. And I want to see the reaction off the 618. And if we don't get that, I might just close early on this trade. But I want to add over here at the 618. I think we came into it. So it's 69. We front ran the 618. I'm going to add 2 contracts on this 50K account. 150K account, excuse me. All right, so I didn't get my entry. We front ran the 618. Came really close to it. Closed above here. Let's see if we can get a little displacement now. I mean, we need the displacement to confirm that it wants to go down. And 15-second, 5-second, not exactly convincing time frames to be taking these trades off of. And even though I'm looking to scalp and maybe hit the button, I think I'm gonna have to just wait and like, for example, take the long that came in right here off of the 1 minute, off of the 3 minute, right? Like we have a confirmed market structure shift to potentially go up. Now I am looking for the pullback to take out this liquidity, and this is a good level for that to happen. Take out this liquidity. Target can probably be a little lower at the 948 range. If we get down here, safer bet, just play over here, back, retest the gap one more time. Do we take the whole position off here, or do we hold some in case it wants to pull back down to expand the range? Let's see, guys. That was, this is a really big drop. So it's got a lot of room to retrace. We've got a lot of real estate that's still available to the algorithm, right? So now it's just a matter of, is there enough liquidity generated here so that it can continue pushing up to take out this high, right? There's a lot of room to retrace. Weekly open, 8:30 open, sitting at this 338 area, right? 330 area. I can see us making a push all the way up to these levels eventually. But I still think Asia session, algorithm wants to generate liquidity. It's going to create higher highs. It's going to make some higher lows, lower lows. And it's going to mess around a little bit, right? It's just trying not to get caught, try not to get caught in the chop and becoming a statistic.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Sorry about that. Okay. What did I miss?
Nothing much.
Just, Fred, you programmed them. Yeah, Fred, but not maybe in the way that you're thinking. I know how to read the language, but I don't really just go into an editor and code manually. For Ninja, what I'll use is something called Strategy Builder. I used to code EAs for MT4 and MT5, but that also was with an application that kind of helped me. So no, the only coding I did manually was ThinkScript for Thinkorswim. I used to code my own indicators and my own heads-up displays. Okay, so we broke over. We got to what there? Almost got to the previous day's low and then reversed. No surprise there, right?
Maybe, yeah, almost hit it. We haven't quite tapped into it yet.
Yeah.
I ended up moving my stop slightly just above that in case we wanted to retest that level. And my target is, I'm not targeting crazy lows because I'm seeing a potential buy model forming, but I'd like for us to retest the lows where we entered into the long. Just not certain if it's ready to pull back yet. It's a little bit of a premature entry, and I know that. I'm taking it just based off of a level, just off of the 618. No real setup yet. Maybe the 15-second potentially giving me something now, something small. Yeah, maybe the 15. So from here, I think if we can start seeing some lower price action, some closures below maybe 1912, 1911, maybe we'll start seeing some lower price action. Otherwise, it might not be done going up. This is just a pullback to continue up. This is a buy model, right? This is definitely looking like it's turning into a buy model. It is lower time frame, as I mentioned earlier. So what I want to look for is the buy model into a sell model. I don't know that I want to be focusing, like I said, on these lower 5-second time frames, maybe 15 like I'm looking at now, maybe the 1 minute at the lower end. I think those are a little bit safer of a play. But I'll figure it out over time, guys. I'm gonna try to keep testing this. I'm gonna keep testing the lower time frames and just seeing how they play out.
I wanted to ask Joker, when you use a trade copier, and again, sometimes I'm going to ask the same question 2 and 3 times, so I apologize for that. I should try and remember the answers. I may have asked you, what trade copier are you using? Is it it's the one with Tradevate?
No,
it's the Apex one.
I bought the Apex one because you get to use it on NinjaTrader, and I don't think you're allowed to do this anymore with Bulenox, for example. They don't want you copying
into other firms. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous.
I did. It is kind of ridiculous. I didn't know that. I mean, at one point, I thought about doing it, but again, I don't really copy my accounts, so it wasn't too much of an issue for me. I copied a few Apex accounts, right? 3 accounts, 2 accounts. And then I copy now for the first time. I'm copying my 4 Bulenox accounts.
I heard on your stream you were having an issue. Might have been today, might have been yesterday. You were saying what? How did it enter an order like this? And I remember it was a trade copier issue, and I was saying to myself, I have that very often with the Apex trade copier. It goes rogue, and it starts to do.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, weird shit
to
to the accounts you're copying, and it's almost like I'm starting to think that it was done on purpose. That's why I wanted to know if you.
The issue that I had, I was trading my Bulenox. I took one singular, so I actually attempted to take that long short that we were going to hold. I attempted to take it with 2 micros, and I took it at a good level, but what happened was everything locked up. My Bulenox, my Apex, I couldn't do anything. So I'm in a position. I don't have any stop loss. I don't have any take profit because it didn't enter them, but it entered my position. It entered my stop loss and my take profit, but they were yellow, and I've never seen that before. They weren't locking in. So I tried to log into my Rhythmic. I think it's Rhythmic Pro. Hold on, let me look at it.
Yeah, Rhythmic, our trader. Yeah.
RTrader, there you go, RTrader. So I tried to log into my RTrader, and I could not log into the RTrader. It would not allow me to enter into the app. It was stuck on connecting. And I've had it happen to me before where a NinjaTrader would screw me up. It would do the same exact thing that it did. It would show me that I'm not in any orders. I have nothing open. Everything is shut on NinjaTrader side, but I have a position running in Rhythmic Trader.
Yeah.
So, give me 1 second here, guys.
Do you remember when Apex had a liquid? Do you remember when
I
Apex?
just want to close out 2 contracts here. We'll leave 1 runner here.
Anybody?
Still a lower time frame. So go ahead, futures. I apologize for interrupting. I was just trying to manage a trade a little bit.
Yeah, sorry. Anybody remember when Apex had a tab on their website or a page on their website which was basically liquidate everything? It would close.
I think you can flatten everything.
That was it. Flatten
works,
everything.
yes,
Flatten all.
all.
Yeah. And they got
It
rid
would
of it.
work with the rhythmic because it only worked with the rhythmic, and it was confusing a lot of the trade evade guys.
Oh, you think that's why they got rid of it?
Yeah, I think so. It would not close out everything. So now I think they left it to the platforms themselves, right? I think they kind of shifted it to if you're in trade evade, you got to close it out through trade evade. If you're in rhythmic, you got to just go into rhythmic and close it out in rhythmic. So that's fine either way, right?
I've been trading for okay, I did take breaks where I've done other things, but for close to 30 years now, never had these issues with any other platform, any other trading until got into futures with the prop firms. I had other futures platforms, never had anything similar to this. You never had an order where you hit buy market and nothing shows up, but 40 seconds later, it shows that you haven't that you're in a position.
You're in a trade. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I know how to deal with it now. But people who don't know, you know what happens? They start clicking the buttons frantically, and they don't realize that every time you click the button, it remembers what you did, and it will execute those. You think, oh shit, let me get out. It's not doing, let me get out. Every time you're doing that, if you're long, you're selling. And then they wonder why.
That's why I usually hit the close all button.
Absolutely. Hit close.
I try not to buy out my orders, or, I'll try to close. Obviously we're not doing that all the time, right? But when I see that I've got like a lockup going on, I'll hit the close button instead of the buy button.
Yeah.
But either way, I was kind of pissed off because I couldn't do anything. So I'm over there thinking, I'm like, all right, I'm in a short position. I woke up in the middle of the night because I was still like in panic mode, right? Still locked up, still frozen, couldn't do anything. I'm looking at the market. It's down like damn near 150, 200 points. I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, this is going to be a nice trade right here. It's like, I hope I can get in here before it turns around, right? And I'm trying to get into the trade. I'm trying to log in. Nothing. I end up going back to sleep. Woke up late too because that thing had me up at night, right? And let's see, how we looking on this runner? Do we want to go a little bit because we just came to the liquidity? I don't want to be this tight ass over here. Let's go up to my order block and add right here.
I don't want to be a hindsight trader, but I was supposed to enter at 32 and I missed it.
Here's my entry right here.
Long. Sorry.
I would be entering a short here for another leg down, potentially. I'm not super excited about it, but I missed the entry. I'm over here trying to make adjustments. Didn't press the button. I just kind of let it rock. It's all right. We'll leave the one runner still going. I'm glad I moved my stop a little, though, just because I had to go above my order block. It did respect the order block. Traded right off of it. We did go into a sell program 2022. This is the retest that I like to take. So I would be targeting probably right where my buy limit is. Looking for an exit right around the 18,976 area. Nothing more, nothing less really. I think it's a good target. We could just sweep the lows because it is a 15-second. So I'll keep my eye on that this time around. If we sweep the lows and we pull back, I'm going to close out the position. And just book the $30-$40 on this contract, whatever it is.
Woodchip's talked about it a couple of times on how two traders can be taking opposite positions and they can both be profitable. And I find it fascinating. I mean, I'd say probably 50% of the time we'll be fading each other. You'll be going short, I'll be going long. And yet, at the end of the day,
it's not that we're fading each other. You're potentially taking a retracement into a level that I'm looking to short.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So where I'm saying I'm jumping in short, right? So that reaction there, I didn't like that pullback. All right, I like that close. I like that close. I want to potentially go a little bit lower on this. I don't like that pullback. That rebalance right there sucked butt. I was like a quick BPR on the 15-second. Let's see if the next candle immediately pushes back down all the way to the bottom. If it doesn't, I think I'm going to close out this trade because we could be seeing some higher price action.
Yeah,
15-second setup.
20 bid hits. I'll have a long if 20 bid can hold. But again, not sure if I'm going to take it.
I like the push. So as I mentioned just now, futures, right? I want to see this 15-second candle along with the next one start trading down and take retake this bottom right here. But if it doesn't, which it's looking like it got a little sluggish here, so I want to see some real push here. Otherwise, I'm just gonna hit that X, and I don't care what it does. It can go lower, it can go higher. I'm just gonna clip it if it doesn't give me that momentum I'm looking for.
No, Oliver Velez says, don't feel and don't think. Just follow your plan. But regardless of the fact that he says that, I feel and I think that your read on the market is right. I think we're heading lower right now. That's why I wouldn't take it. If 20 bid holds, I'm not taking it.
Back to what you said, though, with the bulls, bears, right? Bulls make money, bears make money, the pigs get slaughtered, right? Like that. You heard that analogy, right? That's the truth, right? That's the truth. Don't get greedy. Like right now, I don't like how it's reacting. I wanted to see faster price action. I don't want to see it start pulling back up to this high. I want to see this hold. And if it does, it takes me out. It's fine. But I'd like to see this go straight down right now. See, look how quickly that pulled up and stopped me out. And I'm good with that. The fact that it did that, I'm not interested in the trade. Even if it drops down from here. But I'm good. I'm all right with that. It's not a bad play. I'm up $4.52 for the day, guys. All right, let's do it.
But that's exactly.
Where's that air horn, baby? Where's that air horn?
I don't have mine up. But that's exact.
$4.52 green, baby. Let's go.
Wood chip short at 13. Stop 72.
Short at 13.
Wood chip has been catching some major moves lately.
Oh, yes.
Wood chip's been on fire.
I like wood chip short. I just got stopped out wood chip right there just because I wasn't super excited about the way we reacted. I do want to potentially re-enter, but I was going to wait for the imbalance at 1929. So I like this little gap on the 15-second. I'd love to see that retest. We did close below here. We did close above here. So is this going to be a small little apex? Is this going to give us a diamond squeeze? I hope not, because that's like dangerous. That's a really dangerous squeeze, guys. Where's my trend line? All right, so let's say we get a diamond.
I'm going to get...
We get a diamond. If we get a diamond formation, we're going to be looking at a bounce here, right? Because this is usually very symmetrical.
Wood chip, if you pass those two evals responsibly, keep it up for your fundeds.
Absolutely. Do not change how you...
No.
Don't change the thing. Don't change the thing.
Make it you against, I don't know if it's with Apex. I don't know who you're with. I think it's with Apex. I would say 95% it's with Apex, but make it a contest between you and Apex. Take money from them. Don't let them always take money from us. Let's take money from them. Keep that in your mind. Don't trade them. You don't have to get the payout tomorrow or next Monday, next Wednesday. Even if you get it at the end of April, that's still fantastic. You'll be super stoked. Pull $3,000 out, 1,500 from each one. You'll be super stoked at the end of the month, and then do it every month, and then maybe add a few more. Bought a 50K.
And that's why I'm focusing on one at a time, right? Futures. I'm not really looking to. I want to copy. I am copying my 4 Bulenox.
Thank you, Woodchip.
Get them.
Go ahead.
Payout, right?
Yeah.
But that's why I'm only doing it one at a time. I like the short still, guys. I think it's still playing out. We might still be squeezing. We might. I got out a little early, but that's okay. It's not a big deal.
I'm seeing a lot of people doing that now. Multiple accounts, but trading them one at a time and rotating the accounts. People are moving away from the copying, from the trade copying. Not everybody.
That's only because they trade heavy, right? They're over leveraging each individual account. The majority of the people that you're seeing doing that futures. The people that are there, we go. There it is. Let's go. Good trade.
Good
Got
trade.
out early, guys. No big deal. No diamond here, right? No diamond formation. We just broke out of that pattern, which I was Glad to see. I did not want to see that freaking squeeze happen. That would have sucked ass. I think that copying is the way to go. If you have a system, if you've got a setup, if you're programmed, and you know your risk parameters, and you know that you're not giving yourself 3-4 trades, copying 20 accounts, right? If you know you're playing according to your account size, you know you have 10, 15 losers back to back, right? You have to have 15 losing trades, full positions in order to blow these accounts, right? So you know at that level, at least you have some, you know, something to work with. You know, you can give up a couple of losses and still come back from it, right? As long as you're following your rules, you're following your game plan. So I think copying is the way to go.
I do too. As
long as you have a system. As long as you have a system.
Yeah, and as long as you have a reliable copier. You know how distracting it is when I have to check my position page to make sure that everything is in sync, and then I have to scramble and try to figure out why. Well, look at that. Why one account is short when the other account is long, even though I'm trade copying, and then I have to flatten everything quickly in a panic because, you know, like you need a reliable trade copier. That's the problem. The Apex copier for me is not reliable.
I agree.
You know which copier is reliable? Yeah. I'm watching it on my other screens. You know which copier is reliable? The one with Project X. Have you used it?
Project X, no.
Topstep X.
Is that the Topstep one?
Yeah, well, Project X, Bulenox has it also. It's
I don't trade Topstep. I've never opened up a Topstep account. Actually.
But you can get now this platform. A lot more firms now are starting to incorporate. They're calling it Project X. They're incorporating the TradingView charts into a platform using that Project X. Now, yeah, their copier, Kevin, is fantastic with Project X. I've never had an issue with it. Never.
Rhythmic has a copier as well. I didn't know that.
Do they really?
Our Trader Pro has a copier on their
I didn't know
and
that.
And I think it's included as well because I didn't go to it. I haven't tested it because I trade on NinjaTrader, but I did see it when I finally opened up the platform. So that I can close out my positions. Oh, back to what I was saying about those positions, right? So I took those shorts at the top. Futures, I took that short. I took that short at... Where we at? I think this was the overnight, right? This was the... Nope, was it this one?
84, 12, 24, 16, 08.
I think it was this short right here, right? Tuesday, yeah, the night session. Here it is. So we were trading here. We got off right around here because we got off kind of late last night, right? Around 9 o'clock or so, 9 and change. I took the short. I think it was right around this level here because it was around 10:30, I think. So 10:30, maybe 11. So I think it was right in this area. Pumped up a little bit. I put my stop above this area right here, right above. I didn't want us to tap into that fair value gap that we were talking about, that Woodchip and I were talking about. So I put my stop above that. It was reasonable, nothing crazy, like a 30-point stop, right, on 2 micros. So I was like, I can stomach that, no problem. And then it locked up on me. So from like 10:30. Right over here, I'm fighting with the system all the way until midnight, where I just got tired and I was like, you know what, man, I just got to go to bed. I ended up going to bed. I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to check on it, still locked up. I ended up jumping into a couple of UK streams just to you know, kill some time because I didn't think I was going to go back to sleep. I think Woodchip said he ran into me in the this streamer's room. Tom, I think his name is Tom Sabo, maybe.
Okay.
But just don't know, just a streamer that streams on during UK. Interesting, you know,
no
to see how different people trade. And what was that? 9 p.m. That was maybe 9 p.m. your time. Woodchip West Coast.
Yeah, he is. He's in California.
So then it was maybe around the 1 o'clock, maybe it was the 1 o'clock mark. I think it was a little later when I jumped into that stream though. I think it was in the 3 a.m. Range. Either way, I could not get the Rhythmic Pro to open up. I couldn't get anything to work. I ended up going back to sleep. I woke up, and I think I might have said it. Maybe I'm brain farting and I'm repeating it. But they ended up killing my position completely. They closed it out on me. I didn't have the trade active. Yeah, 3 a.m. It was 3 a.m. I didn't have the trade active. I'm looking at the charts. It was down at at 3 a.m. It was already down. Shoot. This move here, right? 3 a.m. So I think 3 a.m. it just started expanding. Literally, that's what it was. So I'm watching it, drop down. I just saw it, start dropping down. I'm in that other streamer's room 50,000 times trying to open up that damn trade, right? And you know what? I would have probably closed it if I would have opened it. I would have been okay with that. It was 586 to 509. It would have been an 80-point trade. It went a lot lower, right? We got like 300 points, 200 and some points at the end. But because it locked up and it froze on me, I didn't want to have anything to do with that, right? I would have shut it down immediately. But they ended up closing it out for me. They ended up being a locked up trade, which I'm okay with, right? Disappointed that I didn't book money, but what if it went the other way? I would have equally been disappointed if I got stopped out and lost money. So it's all right. It is what it is. The systems lock up on us, right? We do have these glitches. What are we going to do?
They do. You do have. Yeah, I'm not saying you don't have platform issues. Definitely, you have platform issues everywhere. Always had platform issues. Just never the kind of issues where you enter a trade and you don't know that you're
in a trade.
Yeah, you don't know that you're filled. Where you try to exit a trade and you get that kind of, I don't know. My dad would call it monkey business. Dad, that one's for you. Yeah, he would call it monkey business. Monkey business where you don't know if you exited the trade. It's ridiculous. And for a person, when it happens the first time, like panic sets in. And that's what I said. They start clicking on the buttons.
Right here. I said, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, no problem.
Imbalance. We just came into the imbalance. We filled it. I didn't press the button. I wanted to re-enter on that short. I thought it was a good attempt. I don't know if I want to mark it in here, but I feel like we're about to get the drop and the displacement down. This is a 1 minute time frame. Equal lows have to get taken on the 1 minute. Yeah, I agree. Question is, do we come back up being how high this first entry was? 2022 leaving the equal lows. The only reason I haven't entered yet is with my setup being that it's a 1 minute trade, the retest after the 2022 completes, right? Because 1 minute completed here, took out the low, technically, with the wick. My retest can take out the high, right? It's very likely that a 1 minute retest can take out this high, trade back up to like the 66, maybe the 70%, right? And then start giving us that next move. And this would be, this move up would be our manipulation, right? Well, this whole entire move up is our manipulation, higher time frame, but just on this lower consolidation. So we have the pump up, 1 minute, we're consolidating. We need a manipulation. Is it going to be down? Is it going to be a downward manipulation to take out the lows? Because if we don't come up and we go down, then I'm thinking we got higher price action incoming. So if we go down from here to take these out, right, where my target was, this is where I would have liked to exit the trade, but I'm glad I got out. Not where I got out, but at least these lows. But if we do come lower here, take out these lows, potentially looks like we're forming a sell model. If anything, we're just coming to retest this 1 minute lower range after making this in this buy model. So we'll take out this first entry, right? 2022. Pull down, take out the liquidity, trade off of this order block, maybe even this order block where I wanted to exit out the trade. Now that's going to put us into a more of a bullish setup, I think, if we take this out. retrace back into this level after confirming the long, and then from here maybe get one more leg up about this size. And that would line us up with the 88%, put us into this imbalance, fill the gap. We've got a small imbalance here. That I would like to see us potentially tap into.
And this is
I think I've got a pretty decent analysis futures. I'm not a pro at this yet. I'm still working on it. But I'm really shitty at taking my trades based on my analysis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it does. It does. I'm thinking as to why, though.
Give me 1 second. Let me pick this up. I'm going to send my kids to get me a glass of water.
Sounds good.
1 second.
Well, I have everything flipping long and strong right now. I have nothing that indicates that we should be short right now. I did put in a bid there, removed it quite quickly. The only thing, you know what, these stupid trend lines that I started doing, I also like to think of the relationship of Asia session to prior Asia and look for, no kidding, hey, an Asian session fair value gap. That's interesting. That's an interesting take. Yeah, I got nothing that is telling me right now to be short, except that stupid trend line, which made me not take the trade. If I didn't start putting in trend lines, Asia low to current Asia high. Yeah, if I didn't start putting in trend lines, I would have taken the long. You know what? I find around 9 o'clock the markets wake up. The markets wake up every time I'm saying, okay, we're going to cut out, and then like right now, if I get a retrace and a continuation, that's an A plus setup, almost an A plus plus. Why would it be an A plus plus, or how would it be an A plus plus if that long entry would be above 19076? Then it would be an A plus plus. End dog. I'm end dog.
I apologize for that one, futures.
It's all good.
So I've got the little one solo today. The wife has got a late work event.
Okay.
So I just put him to bed. I went up there also in those few minutes. I just send them both to their rooms. What are we doing here? So we rallied up. We
did. I was saying that I have nothing for me right now. I have nothing that's telling me to go short. Everything is. It's rare that everything fires long at the same time, but rare. It's not rare, but like you guys, where you wait for a qualified setup a couple of times a day, I get those kinds of, if you want to call them entries, a couple of times a day, and it just happened now. It's not a rare event, but you have to wait for it. Every couple of hours I'll get. See, remember when I said I say the word you, but I mean me. Every couple of hours I'll get where everything just fires long or fires short at the same time, and I just got that now.
Well, that's kind of nice, right? If you have everything aligning that's firing in one direction, wouldn't that be like your A plus high probability?
A plus, yep. That's what I was saying while you were gone. It would be an A plus plus if I were to get an entry over 19076. The only overhang that I have right now is the previous session low, 19076. That's the only thing. But I can still get a valid entry, and there's a lot of runway to 076. That's 36 points from where we are right now. And I need a retrace and a continuation, so I could even have 40 points. So yeah, I have runway for a decent trade here. Average range on the 1 minute candles right now is 18 points.
I like 76.
Everything is looking good for a run. Is for a run to that level again, even if we just make a double top. But
that aligns with a model that I trade. Let me read what Woodchip is saying here. Asia low yesterday to Asia open today. Asia open 8 p.m., right? That's going to be the 8 p.m., which would be right here, the 2000 hours. Asia opened yesterday. It's over here. I mean, they all kind of. If Woodchip, take a look up there, though. Honestly, that whole entire area, you've got the weekly open, 8:30 open. You got the monthly open, right? The midnight opening range from yesterday sitting up there. So if we start pulling up, we're gonna probably get a midnight opening range right in this area as well. I mean, if take that whole entire move and not play off of this smaller, shorter play. Fibonacci on the entire move. I mean, the reality is that 350, 19,350, guys, looks like a sweet spot. It's the 38% of the entire move. It's between, maybe between the 38 and the 50%. And we could just throw up from there. There's tons above. That's why on the 116 candle, 300 points down. Yeah. Yeah, let's see what it does. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I think my little princess is knocking on my door. I'll leave the camera running. No big deal. Come on, let's go outside.
How many of you thought my mic was off? Ah, joke's on you. I got to keep myself entertained. I'm moving my mouth, not saying anything. Long and strong, yes. Are you on tilt? No, not even close. Are you kidding? Everything worked out for me. I struggled a little bit between 6 and 6:30 when I was in Pine Tree Stream. And what I mean by struggled, I was going up 400, down 400, up 400, down 400, and but the problem was that my fills were being reported late. I was even entering with buy market, and it was taking like 20 seconds to know whether or not I was filled or not. Yeah, no, it wasn't. I was making a joke. That's why I was laughing. I was just moving my mouth. Here, I'll do it again.
All right.
I was just moving my mouth and pretending I was off.
Last interference. That was my little princess. She wasn't having it. She said, "You gotta come and tuck me in." She's like, "I can't just let me go to bed by myself."
Yeah, we're running late here. It's 9:14. We're going into overtime.
A little late. We started a little late. I'm okay with it. It's not. If you're not in a rush, I'm not.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
See, we get one more trade over here.
I'm good.
But that long was nice. I did like the long, just potentially into the 19,175. Just right, just only 120, 125 points up. It's fine. Only 125 points. Have you ever noticed how symmetrical the market actually is, futures?
Yeah, I have. Definitely have. Not all the time, but yep.
Not all the time.
The moves are very symmetrical. Yep.
Yeah, when you can identify the move that it's sinking to trade symmetrically, you just have to look for the entry, right? For the proper entry. And I believe that we're looking for a symmetrical pump from that move that we just made. Question is, does it happen here? Right? Because we did take sell side. We traded into this breaker, this bullish breaker that we turned into a bullish breaker with this pump up. But we have these bullish breakers at an unmitigated level down here. So I really like where I was targeting the green line to get the bounce up. And the fact that we didn't take out the high just now and we pumped all the way up there and respected that last order block, this could be a higher time frame BPR, let's say 5-minute, immediate balance price range here. Go to the 15 definitely. We have a market structure shift on the 15-minute. We have a sweep confirmation. If we eliminate the wicks, right, we have the shift clean. The low, the high, the displacement below this low, and then the displacement above. So valid market structure shift. But it's a 15-minute time frame, and we entered pretty high up on the 15. I mean, then again, if you play the wicks, it came right into the wicks, into the fair value gap, into the wick. So this is potentially a decent launch pad for the long off the 15-minute. And if that's the case, we should be seeing an expansion candle right now, and a nice one. I mean, like a nice 100-point candle on the 15-minute. Search in trading view indicators, new week.
Oh, Kevin, I'll get to you about what you were talking about in a second. I just want to watch my trade here.
Harder, new weekday, new week,
6
new
lot.
day gaps by a rage trader. Let's see. I do use if you're asking about NDOGs and NWOGs wood chip, I have NWOGs and NDOGs up. You can actually see them right here. I just don't have them visible. They're grayed out. I can identify them. I don't like too much noise on my chart. So I see, my NDOGs and my equilibrium. So the 50% of my NDOGs are here. I have a lot of the settings off, right? So if I go into it, I just don't use a lot of the settings, and I have everything kind of darked out. But I definitely use I use the NDOGs and the NWOGs. But let me check out that indicator that you're referring to.
And Kevin, you were mentioning there that Bulenox froze, went crazy, unfroze, hit your max daily loss. Luckily, you record your trading, so you can go back, send it to Bulenox. They reset your account. I'm reading it back to you, all of it, because you know what happened to my son with Tick Tick. He entered in a buy limit order, and then Tradevate froze, and the order wasn't filled yet. What he does is he waits for the order to fill, and then he enters in his stop and his take profit. Anyways, it came back online, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 minutes later, and he was down 2,500. He closed it out. He filmed. It was all filmed. It was all filmed, just like you. He has it all recorded. Contacted Tick Tick Trader, and they still haven't put back his balance. They still haven't reset his balance. They're still looking into it. I think it's been 7 trading days since it happened. 5 trading days. It's ridiculous, especially since he has it all on film. I mean, we call it film. He recorded it all. It's not film. I got my head in the old days. It's all on film. Yeah, he's got it all recorded, and he submitted it to them. We're reviewing it. You know what it sounds like to me? We're having a meeting, and we're trying to come up with the best excuse why we won't reset your account. And the thing is, that was a day when it wasn't his account. It wasn't just his computer. Everybody was in.
No, if it was a system error,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
if it was a
was
system error.
on Topstep. Their chat was going nuts on Tick Tick Trader also on their Discord. Everyone was reporting it, but for some reason they haven't reset him. They haven't made him whole yet. $2,500. That's a lot to throw away on a funded account. He has $5,000 drawdown, and they're taking him. You know, they haven't reset his account yet.
So he still has the account alive, but
He still has the
it's
account,
minus
and he doesn't want to trade it. He has to trade every 5 days. So he just took a micro, a flipping day, but he's still waiting for them to settle it. But you know what? For me, if they didn't settle it right away,
they're probably going to play games with him.
Yeah, they're not going to, because Apex, when there was problems, Apex would publish on their help page, Trade Evade is down, and then an hour later, don't worry, guys, we'll reset all of you, to the balance of the opening of the day or whatever, or your end of day balance from yesterday. They do it right away. Topstep, same thing. They do it right away. No, Tick Tick is not. It's not being nice to him.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does.
I've had Take Profit did that to me, actually. Take Profit Trader.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an eval. Same thing happened. The system froze up, and then they told me it was an issue with Ninja Trader. You got to take it up with Ninja Trader, and let them send us a message. I did. I sent them the message. Ninja Trader's message. Nothing. They were just being absolute jerks. So
I had that happen. The first time that ever happened to me was with Apex, and in that case, I got the runaround. Every time I got a new support agent, and every time he was starting from the beginning, I got fed up. I just dropped it. It was like, he couldn't follow the conversation, the thread. It was like starting over. Okay, explain to me what happened and when, and okay, we're going to look into the when the orders were placed, and we're going to see. And then 2 days later, I am, and he would introduce himself or herself. Okay, explain to me what happened. I was like, okay, that's enough. That's enough. You guys win. You can have one account. But that was
the truth is this. These firms, they're not that nice. The only firm that I've dealt with that is very responsive, extremely responsive, super fair. I had an issue with one of my accounts with them as well. Very similar situation. They handled it immediately. Is Bulenox.
Bulenox. They're quick with their customer support.
They're quick with their support. I've got no issue with payouts. I've gotten 2 payouts from them. It's not immediate, right? But it's clockwork. You know that you put the request in anytime during the week, you're getting it the following Wednesday.
Well, that's good to
just
hear.
How they pay out.
That's good to hear.
That's just how they pay out.
Yeah.
But I've had no issues. Back to the charts, guys. Sorry for getting sidetracked there, but wow, look at this pump right here.
Yeah.
Our long would have been perfect, right? And I almost thought about taking that long on that pullback just now that we were talking about, right? When we got into the 1922 area, I almost thought about taking the long. And this long, as I mentioned, would have been a hold to 177. So about 120 point play. And I think we can get there. I think that we can very easily pump up one more leg like this. Just because we are turtle markets, you gotta, be cautious when you're taking these trades. Are you gonna get the chop on the way up? Are you gonna get out, on that pullback down, right? We get scared out of these trades very easily. So, still long 14, bro.
I hate bad customer service. Guys in the chat and Joker, I think I'm going to be cutting out. So I don't know, Joker, if you're going to stick around, maybe you guys want to hop on over to his. No,
we'll be we'll be cutting out together. We're gonna be shutting down. I don't need to take another trade, right? That could have been potentially our one trade to the highs or whatever. But listen, I'm gonna let you end the stream. Good night from me, guys. I'm going to let Futures take over. Thank you guys for stopping in. Futures jump in, take over the little exit our little exit.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I had an amazing time. Joker had an amazing time hanging out with you guys today. Good conversation, good commentary, good trades, good analysis. I would say overall it was a great night. We're live again tomorrow, 7 p.m. So if you want to hang out with us again tomorrow night, make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification bell so you know exactly when we're going live. And again, I just want to bring it up. Do us a big favor, and when the stream ends, if you could leave us a comment, that would really help with the algorithm. I think that helps maybe even more than the like button. And let us know also what you're interested in. Again, I'll bring it up. All the options, giveaways, trading competitions. Let's say between me and Joker, follow the friend, where Joker takes my trades, or I jump in and try to run along with his trades, collabs with other traders, streamers, chat takes the trade. All these options are on the table. So let us know. And for now, take care, and we will see you guys tomorrow in the morning. Joker will be on the Joker Trades streaming in the morning, and I'll be on Futures Floor TV streaming in the morning, and we will be co-streaming again tomorrow night, either at 6:30 or 7 p.m. Like I said, hit the subscribe, and if you hit the notification bell, you'll know exactly when we're going live. Thanks a lot, and we will see you tomorrow.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.